Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Another day on the house build. So if you were with us in the last video, you would have seen we took care of business in the bathroom, got the holes knocked into the wall where we needed it, we got the floor all torn up, we've got everything pretty much ready for the plumber to come and sort the joint out. Unfortunately, we don't have a plumber at this point in time. The plumber that we were dealing with pulled out. Apparently they're too busy, which is absolutely fine. Does happen, so we will be taking care of getting a plumber out here. So while we're waiting for that, what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the last bedroom that's left over to do in the house, and we're going to try and sort this place out. So in the previous videos, we put this window in to the wall. Absolutely fantastic. But what we've still got to go and do is where we knock the water out, to take the bricks out so we can put the lintel in. We've still got to mortar that back up. So that's what we're going to take care of today, as I've only got a little bit of the day left. I was on night shift last night and I did sleep away half the day. So we thought we'll take care of this. And the other thing we're going to take care of at the same time is we need power points. So we've got this power point down here, which is going to be our jumper point. So we're going to have to take a channel down to the floor. Then we're going to run it along the floorboard, right around here. So over here where we're going to be putting our second power point in. So we'll be doing a channel over there, plus we're going to be doing a box. Unfortunately, it is on the other side of the other bedroom that we've already painted, so there's a chance that we may crack it through and have to do a repair on the other side, but we'd be happy to have a point there because that's where we need it. So with all that being said and done, we're going to get straight in, just start marking everything out, get the grinder out, start cutting our channels, chiseling out our spots, start putting some water in.
Something in the room that illuminated me, 'cause I was in the dark, wrestling the scars, but you took away everything. Maybe this is more than bliss. These moments I just can't resist. 'Cause this is everything I wished, and so much more. You are my light, and everything that I want. Come take this night. It's come alive in the dark. It's come alive in the dark. Come alive in the dark. I was burning out, the sky was full of clouds, but you broke through everything. Now all of the doubt, all that brought me down, is a million miles away. Now I'm seeing blue sky, looking here in your eyes. I fade away in your smile as we melt into the twilight. Maybe this is more than bliss. These moments I just can't resist. 'Cause this is everything I wished, and so much more. You are my light, and everything that I want. Come take this night. It's come alive in the dark. It's come alive in the dark.
Alright guys, so as you can see, we've gone ahead and we've got the mortar on. Turned out absolutely fantastic. So took a little bit to get used to it, and I had to play with the mixture a little bit and stuff to get it to stick up there, and then I remembered having to paste the actual brick wall with water. Once we got it going, we started going along, it started going relatively smoothly. So we've gone ahead, we've put the mortar up there, let that dry overnight, then tomorrow we can come back and chuck a layer of plaster over the top of that, and then that's got the whole weekend to dry because I'm going away camping with the boys on the weekend, so plenty of time for that to cure. It'll be absolutely fantastic. Come back Monday and we'll be able to sand it all back. As for now, we'll catch you tomorrow. to a good start. Went to load up the trailer so we could take it for the dump run. When I did it, I put 2 blocks of wood at the back of the trailer and I have the jockey wheel at the front so I can actually just push the wheelbarrow in, straight on, tip it out, get rid of it without the trailer tipping. But I didn't realise I was actually holding the weight of everything. So my usual indication for weight in the trailer is looking at the tyres. The tyres weren't bulging at all until we went to dislodge it, and all of a sudden the tyres just bulged. So we had to tip out some of the stuff out of the trailer, get it out and even up the load so we could actually drive it away, which is what we're going to be doing next. But we did also went and grabbed some plaster, and we got down, got all the plastering done in the room, so we took care of the screw holes that were missed in that window there. All around the window itself, we've gone and plastered over all the mortar from yesterday, looking fantastic. And we also took care of the power points as well. There's 2 of them, both looking fantastic. So by the time the weekend's over, we'll be getting back here and we'll be sanding things down. Fingers crossed, getting some paint on this room. But as for now, we're going to go and ditch this trailer, do a dump run, ditch this trailer. Then we're going to go pick up some underlay for the flooring, grab some stuff from Mitre 10, and we'll be back. Took 3 days off. We ended up finishing after doing the dump run and grabbing the underlay, knocking off. We went out camping for 3 days with the kids, so we weren't coming back here. But now we're back. We're going to get into this room and try and get it knocked out before I go back to work. So first thing we want to do is we're going to go around with the gap filler, run a bead around the top of the cornices. Then we're going to start getting the sander out and start sanding down our plaster that we put in on Thursday. Get this room all smooth and ready for paint. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so there we go. We've gone ahead, we've chucked all the plaster on the walls. It's not looking too bad. There's a couple of spots I'm just a little bit unhappy with. We're going to go and put a bit more plaster back on the wall. And so tomorrow when we come back, we'll be able to sand it back nice and smooth. Fingers crossed we'll get a good preparation ready for paint. So as you can see, we did manage to get this part done, the old window there. Most of that's pretty well done. There's a crack up under that vent, that's a little bit undercut, so we need to go back over that bit again. We've got a crack here, just along there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a little bit just on the end that's a little bit undercut. We're going to touch that up. The green lugs on the fan controller, they were showing through when I sanded that back. So I thought best bet is just rip them lugs out, replaster that, and we'll sand it back. And that way we know for sure that's not going to come showing through the paint when we go and paint it. We had a repair down here. I don't know if you recall that or not, but in the video that we were doing the room next door, I was putting a PowerPoint in, knocked the wall a little bit too hard, blew a hole through, so we had patched it up. I totally forgot about it until just before I seen it. So we went ahead and sanded that back. That's come back not too badly. Got our PowerPoints done, both looking fantastic. Up the top here we got a vent, same as these vents over here. I was sanding around it and the thing just dropped off and smashed into a million little bits and pieces down here. So we're going to have to try and chase one of them up tomorrow when the tile shop's open. Fingers crossed we can get one to match the other ones. We did contemplate bricking it in, just chucking a brick in there, mortaring it up and being done with it. But in saying that, we thought, you know, it is there for a reason. They did build it into the house, so we thought we'd better keep it there in case it's got something to do with the ventilation between the brick walls and stuff like that. Not 100% sure about it, but best to be safe than sorry. Then the last but not least, we've got our window. It's come up fantastic, but we'd like to put a little bit more plaster over that also, just to try and get rid of most of these mortar spots, because when we get the paint on, we don't want all these little rough spots showing through the paint. Even though we'll be priming it, should turn out pretty good. I just want to be safe, so we're going to go back over it with a bit more plaster, just try and smooth it out a little bit more, and fingers crossed we get a good finish at the end of it. So we're going to go get some more plaster. Just tell them touch-up areas that we want to touch up. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go up and gap fill around the cornices, so that's all ready to go. Tomorrow, fingers crossed, we should be able to come back, just sand them little spots nice and smooth, and get into painting. So, let's get into it. There you go, we managed to put new plaster all over the wall. A little bit of a backtrack from where we want it to be right now, but we'd rather take a little bit more time trying to get the prep right than having it painted and then be unhappy with the finished product. And as you've seen, we did manage to get some gap filler. Dara came through, managed to track down some gap filler for us, so we could go ahead, chuck some gap filler around all the cornices. Looks absolutely fantastic, ready to rock and roll. So tomorrow we should be able to come back and clean it up and it should be sweet. Little tool we did have to give us a bit of a hand with the gap filler was this little sucker here. So it came in a pack of 3 of these things with all different size radiuses and a scraper. And you just chuck it on your caulking gun and it inserts the gap filler and kind of spreads it at the same time. Did make the job a hell of a lot cleaner than usual. So I was super glad to have that. Did make it a lot quicker as well. But as for now, we have run out of time. We've got this stuff drying, so fingers crossed we'll get back tomorrow and hopefully make some progress. Catch you then. We've gone and taken care of all the plastering, sanded it all back nice and smooth, looking fantastic. We've even gone and washed the walls, made sure it's all clean of any loose dust and stuff. With a bit of sugar soap and a towel, cleaned it all off, made it all nice, ready for paint. Next thing we're going to do is Dara's been out shopping for us this morning, grabbed another one of these vents with that one that fell off up on the roof there. And she's got some cornice adhesive, so we're going to go and mix up some cornice adhesive. Chuck this on, then while that's drying, we're going to just go ahead and put a bit of undercoat over all the plaster areas, so we can let that dry off. Once that's done, we can start applying some paint. So, on saying that, let's get into it. absolutely fantastic. Now it's time for the walls. I've got lights ready because the plan is to get this thing knocked out before we go home tonight. So let's get into it and get some paint on these walls. But we managed to get the last of the paint on. So today what we're going to do is we're going to focus on getting the underlay down and hopefully getting our tiles down so it's all ready for grouting. This is my last day I've got before I go back to work, so the chances of getting the grout down is probably minimal. So let's just get in and get what we can sorted out. Look who it is, Dara's making the scene.
Not
you know,
anymore.
you know she's trying to crack the whip when she starts coming through to take over the action. Better get to it. Some of you might have been asking why I left the door on. Went to undo the screws and they're all dodgy as flat blade screwdrivers just about worn away. couldn't get it off. So the next thing was we put a tile down, lock it in place with the sows. Should work sweet. But we managed to get it in the end. Alright guys, so there you go. We managed to get the tiles down. It did take us into the dark of the night. Unfortunately, the lighting in here is ridiculous. I can't wait to actually get the electrician in and start hooking some of these lights up so we can actually see in this place at night. I'm going to call that a wrap for this video. We did get a fair bit knocked out. We got the roof painted, we got the wall painted, we got the plastering done, we got the floors down. Got a fair bit done considering we were away for 3 days camping with the boys over Easter. But absolutely fantastic. Really happy to have got to this position. Big shout out to Daniel, my cousin, for lending us that tile cutter. Made the job go so much quicker and easier. He did say to me, "What are you doing using a grinder? You're getting covered in crap." And I was thinking, when he handed me that thing, I was like, oh, I don't know. I've used a smaller one before and it just kept cracking tiles, but this thing worked a treat. Absolutely fantastic and sped the job up so much more compared to the past. Big thanks, mate. Can't wait to get back here in the next video and start grouting it down, get the skirting boards and everything on. The other thing is the window has actually come up really well, where we had to take all the bricks and stuff out to put the lintel in and stuff like that. It's actually cleaned up really well with the plaster, painted over, looks fantastic. Really coming up a treat. Just want to thank you for your love and support to the channel. We really do appreciate you taking the time to watch our videos. If you are enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, set your notifications for upcoming videos, smash that like button, drop any comments down in the comment bar below. Stay safe, and we'll catch you next time.